My name's Josh. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. I'm really a first-generation liquor maker. You know, my uncle ran a little bit when I was a kid, but I wasn't really allowed to be around that kind of stuff. You know, so kind of started out in necessity. I work on a farm and do a lot of landscaping and stuff like that. So wintertime, it's kind of slim pickings. So we run a little liquor in the wintertime, you know, to fill our pockets and our tables up a little bit. I mean, it was in between being a hobby and being a necessity when I started, you know. I kind of wanted to get, you know, I like good liquor, and I hate store-bought liquor, so I thought, man, you know, this would be a good way to relax and get started. So I started making a little corn liquor and passing around work and around job sites, and everybody decided, hey man, this guy can make some decent liquor, you know. So then it started into a job instead of a hobby. So Amos Owens, you know, the original Cherry Bounce guy. I mean, that guy's a legend. You know, Popcorn Sutton's a big legend. I mean, there's some real big names that really influenced me. I mean, Popcorn was just an in-your-face, you know, fuck you, this is what I'm doing. If you don't like it, you know where to go kind of deal. I mean, they had him running. He was running liquor and selling liquor, you know, at the fairs and stuff. So, I mean, I really like that in-your-face kind of, this is what I'm doing, if you don't like it, you know, fuck off kind of deal. I'm a rye whiskey guy. I mean, I like that peppery bite and that, but I like to make, I do a lot of sorghum washes, a lot of sorghum rum washes. You know, they're big sellers. You know, anything, women, believe it or not, women buy the most moonshine and liquor of anybody. I mean, the percentage-wise, it's women. So I never thought I'd be making fruity liquor. I really didn't. I mean, clear liquor it hurts my feelings a little bit to make something fruity for some reason. But they want the cotton candy flavors, they want the strawberry flavors, they want the blackberry flavors. But that's where the money's at right now, is in the flavors. I mean, here's the deal on that. These big distilleries are using NGS, neutral grain spirits. And they're ordering it. You know, there's nobody that has a big enough pot still to run all this cases of liquor that they're selling in this mass quantity. And once you go into the column stills and the neutral grain spirits, it's not moonshine. You know, it's just a neutral spirit with a flavor on it. But we went to Gatlinburg, and I sold more liquor in the parking lots of Gatlinburg at a better price, talking to these people at all these distilleries doing these tastings, than I have at home. You know, people want real moonshine, but they think they got it marketed in a way that they think they're getting real backwoods moonshine, and it's just not the case. I'm no Popcorn Sutton. You know, I will never be that legendary, and the only way to build a legacy for my son is to eventually go legal. You know, I'm not gonna build no legacy in the woods. I'm no Amos Owens. I'm no Popcorn Sutton. You know, eventually, if anybody wants to get their name and their brand and their liquor out there and leave a legacy for their family, it's going to be a legal legacy now, I believe. My family knows about me making liquor, and everybody's real supportive about it, and they know I enjoy it, and that's just what I do. I make liquor. I mean, I'm a big Michael Jordan fan. I mean, who doesn't like Michael Jordan, you know, the greatest of all time. I mean, even LeBron James wears Michael Jordan jerseys, you know. They say LeBron's the greatest, but he wears Michael Jordan's apparel, you know. So Albert Pujols is a big guy for me, you know. Nolan Ryan, some of the old timers, Kurt Schilling, Greg Maddux. I'm into baseball. So my grandpa actually played a farm league and a little bit of professional baseball for the Yankees and for the Cleveland Indians. So we're a big baseball family. I'm a big trapper. I love to trap. You know, foxes, coons, coyotes, beavers, muskrats, just about whatever I can catch. I mean, as far as the history goes, if it wasn't for Prohibition, I mean, I don't know if moonshining would have been what it is today, you know. I mean, it was pretty much a necessity back then. Everybody wanted a drink, you know. Everybody wanted to relax and cut loose, and that was just how it got done, you know. I mean, how bland would America be without everything that sprouted from that one little group of people, you know, the old legacy distillers and moonshiners. Like you said, NASCAR, I mean, it branches off so big that I mean, it's ingrained. It's so ingrained in our culture that people don't even know that's where it came from. It's just that common now, you know, like you said, like NASCAR and stuff. It's just there. But when I cut my teeth on sugar washes, and generally with a sugar wash, you need a nutrient in it, you know. Some people use bananas, some people use tomato paste, some people, I mean, everybody's different. I started using tomato paste as my nutrient. Well, I guess my girlfriend had bought spaghetti paste with all the seasonings in it instead of tomato paste when I sent her to get me stuff. And I didn't know it. So I fermented, you know, 15 gallons of this shit, put it in my steel, and fired it up, and I started smelling somebody cooking fucking spaghetti. So I can't figure it out, I can't figure it out, I can't figure it out. And finally, you know, I get my 4 shots throwed off. You know, I'm about 175, and I start getting into the good stuff about 180, and I start smelling it. I'm like, man, this shit smells weird. It smells like oregano liquor. So I ended up pulling a couple of gallons off of it, you know. I just threw a bunch of peaches and a bunch of sugar and syrup in it, and we drank it, you know. Me and all the boys drank it. The first, though, you know, first or second run, that's just what we drank. We learned from it. I didn't have nowadays everybody's into technology, you know, like the technology and the backwoods and the technology is kind of, they're meshing together right now, you know, like the hydrometers and all the measurements and all the gadgets and gadgets and stuff. I didn't really know how to proof my jars yet, you know. You shake them and you watch the bubbles, and you know, if you get big frog eyes and big bubbles and they dissipate fast, you're really up in the proof. Well, I'm shaking my jars and I'm not noticing it. End up taking it to work to sell it. For that, putting a hydrometer, I guess it was about 150, 155, and I didn't know it. Well, I pass all this shit out for Christmas, you know. Everybody get moonshine for Christmas. Like, I get like 10 or 15 phone calls, you know. Man, what'd you do with that? What is that? You know, so I mean, it was just burning everybody up. So, I mean, but that was after the spaghetti liquor. So, Moonshine community, it's just not a community. Everybody's brothers. We're all family. You know, if anybody needs anything, you just get a hold of somebody, you know, and they're going to help you do what you need done, or guide you in the right path. You know, there's nothing too big or too small that you can't ask of a brother. I know there's so many fundraisers for underprivileged kids, special needs kids. I mean, nursing homes, just any way any of these moonshiners can help. They find a way to help their communities. They give back. They really do give back. I know for a fact some of these little small communities in the side of these mountains, I mean, there's no revenue, there's nothing coming back into it. And if it wasn't for guys like me and Travis and Ewok and John Boy and those boys, the little small places wouldn't get what they needed. They wouldn't get it. You know, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody fucks up in life. Everybody has a hard go. Just keep your nose to the grindstone. Everything you do with passion, and everything will work out for you in the end.